Hi, Dad. How's it going?
Oh, it is going. Another day, another dollar.
Hi. If you're just listening for the first time, welcome to our podcast, Just Diagnosed. I realized we didn't intro ourselves last time.
Oh, we didn't?
No, we did so great the first episode, and then we definitely forgot to say who we were the second one.
Oh, that's because everybody knows who we are so far.
I know. So if you're just listening in, one of our many millions of listeners now, I am Katie McCabe, producer and co-host.
And I am Stephen McCabe, and I am the one that was just diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
This is what our podcast is about. It's about life. It's about being just diagnosed with cancer. It's about experiences. It's about my perspective of being the daughter of someone who was recently diagnosed. It's about family. It's about bringing on people to share their stories, covering health updates, inspiration, and bringing, some little bits of joy that wherever we can. So let's dive into our third episode. We're excited to be doing this here with you guys. So today we're going to be covering positive health updates, some inspiration, family updates, some visions that Steve has, and then we're going to end with a little trivia and some fun facts about Steve.
That sounds great.
How are you doing this week?
This week's so much better. Last week was horrible. Last week, for some reason, it's like clockwork battling those fevers at nighttime and just being really uncomfortable. But this week, of course, this is treatment week number 3. It's weird how all of a sudden, the day before your treatment, I felt great.
That's good. So what day did you go?
I went on, I believe, Tuesday. Yeah, the 4th. Yep. 4th. We was treatment number 3.
And you're still at Florida Cancer Specialists?
Yep. The people there that do the immunotherapy on me are really sweet up there. With the one lady that takes care of me all the time, she's awesome.
So walk us through it because I think most people that have heard of cancer, they know chemo, right? That's so
Right.
like that's all I know.
Yep.
So when they had talked about immunotherapy, I was like, immunosuppression, like what is this? So when you go there for your treatment, what is it?
It's crazy. When you walk into the Florida Cancer Center there, you don't realize how many people have cancer. And after you check in, the nurse comes and gets you. She does your weigh in. If there's blood work, they'll do blood work, and then they'll bring you to a room where you can meet the doctor or the APRN before you get your immunotherapy. Once that's completed, head on upstairs, and it's like a ward with all these chairs and all these IVs just hanging down. And once you get in the chair, they put the IVs on you. They flush like a small little water or something through you, and then they actually hook you up to the medicine. I usually get drug A and B from Tricentric that I'm on, so it takes about 2 hours to get through the system.
And so it's targeting like just your liver, or it goes throughout your whole body. Like how does that work?
Part A of the drug, is the part that actually attacks the cancer, where I have cancer in my body, and part B is prevents cancer from spreading.
Got it.
Yep, and I think we spoke about this in the very first episode, but when I always think of chemotherapy, I figure you're going through a machine.
Right.
You're not.
Yeah.
It's just a pouch like an IV that they're just putting through, running through your veins.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you're also doing this at the same time as other people. I think that's crazy too.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. What was it? Today, a couple days ago, there's this old guy. He just wanted to shoot the shit with me, and he's like, "What are you in for?" And I said, "Stage 4 liver cancer. What are you in for?" He goes, "I'm not as bad as you. Let's just say that."
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, you say you drop stage 4 liver cancer. What are like the reactions that people have?
Some people are shocked. I mean, I think many people are shocked. I mean, what I have is because of where everything is, it's a little bit more challenging, but I'm feeling very positive, just so
Good.
everybody knows out there, very positive. To give you another example too of something is what he did was he was actually at Moffitt.
Really?
Yeah, he had a surgery for his cancer, and I am so sorry because sometimes my memory's a little short sometimes. But he had his surgery at Moffitt, but then came over here for the Florida Cancer Center to get the chemo and immunotherapy.
Very cool.
Yeah, so they actually worked in tandem, which I found to be pretty cool.
That's really great. Well, speaking of short-term memory loss and stuff like that, let's
Mhm.
talk about Steve's side effects of the week.
Oh yeah. Really nothing too new to talk about. I just really wish I could get more sleep at night than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest thing right now, that's not a side of I'm peeing all night long. Literally every hour on the hour. I mean, I get into bed, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock comes, I'm going to pee. I go back, lay down, wake up 45 minutes late. Actually, I don't even sleep. I wake up and go pee. So it's really not a side. I don't know. I talked to the doctor. They don't think it's a side effect or anything. So, but they don't know what it is. So what we're trying to do is they prescribe some like sleeping medication,
Got it.
but it's really not helping.
Yeah.
But the other thing is it's a really low dose because you got to be really. Well, no, it's not that.
Oh.
It's you got to be careful what you put through your liver again.
Right. You can't even have Tylenol and stuff.
No. So like one of the things is an anxiety thing, and the other one's like kind of like a sleeping thing. So they could put two low doses together.
Right.
Because it's going to go through the liver. But sorry, I get excited sometimes. And I get out of breath really quickly.
Yeah, you can't do it like you used to.
No, you can't. Yeah, you got to be careful what you put through your liver, and yeah, so far not working.
Oh. Well, keep praying for you there and hoping that those side effects are not as crazy. One thing you touched on last time was eyesight. We didn't really get to elaborate on that.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm
how's
glad
it
you
feeling?
said. I'm glad you said that because that is like the latest. You just asked me the question. What?
I did
there
2 minutes ago.
That was my short-term memory. That side effect of I'm forgetting
That's why
stuff.
I'm here, babe.
Thank you.
No,
But
it's why I'm here, Dad.
I know what you meant. Um, um, my eyesight's good. I mean, at my age, I just pretty much use glasses for distance.
Right.
It's like right now, I can look out I'm looking out the windows, and I can see everything beautifully. I could put something here in front of me, and I could read it very easily. Now, my up close, it is horrible. I could barely read my cell phone. Look at this. I'll show you. I bet you can read that now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's because it's like on the Max on the iPhone, so you can read it.
Yeah.
I used to be able
That's
to.
pretty big.
That's pretty big. I used to be able to have it on the small letters and be able to read it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore.
Okay, well, those are some crazy side effects. So I hope that they get better and that you keep going. And as we continue on this journey, you don't have any new surprise ones.
That would be good because I know with just having my treatment, they're all going to start coming back in on full on.
Yeah, like you already have that, that pattern of how
Yeah,
it goes.
there's like a pattern of how it goes, and it's been day 3 right now, or day 4,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden the fatigue is really kicking in very quickly.
That's crazy. So you obviously shared a little bit of details from your third treatment, but tell me what happened. What was the lowdown? What did they tell you at the doctor?
Oh, we had some interesting news, which is actually kind of good news. So my alpha feta protein, from treatment 1 to treatment 2, went down 110 points. So now remember though, with my liver, my counts right now are over 6,000, which when you have cancer, that's probably where they're going to be. The average person is like not even close to that. Then they just shared that information with me, and then they ran more blood work. And then while the next day when it came out and I logged into the portal they have is awesome. It has all the doctor's notes. It has everything in there. And then she said the alpha feta protein is kind of important. If that number starts dropping, that's kind of a good sign. So after I logged in the next day, I'm down almost like I think it was like 800 points, which is really really good. So with my alpha feta protein, and then
789 to be specific.
oh, thank you for fact checking me. You got to fact check everybody.
Short-term memory loss. No, that is really good that your alpha feta protein has decreased. So in looking at your numbers, what are you trying to get to with that? What does it mean?
Well, The alpha fetoprotein is where they have the tumor markers are produced by cancer cells or by normal cells in the response to cancer. The amount of each marker can increase when there is cancer in the body. So, like I was saying a few minutes ago, 6,000 is really high. There's a lot of cancer in my body.
Right.
But now I'm down to about 5,800, whatever it is,
Yeah.
5,800. It's going down.
That's good.
I mean, it's just a sign. It doesn't mean that it's just a sign. But after 3, we'll take it.
Yeah.
You gotta grab onto the good stuff when you can.
And so if you may not know this or not, but if your numbers go down enough, is there an opportunity for transplant or anything like that?
I don't think I'll ever be an opportunity for a transplant.
Yeah.
But if the tumor shrinks small enough, I guess you got to remember there's 3 of them on there.
Right.
But the biggest one is 11 centimeters. But if it shrinks small enough, I could have an opportunity to have a surgeon that could cut it out.
That's awesome.
Yep.
How did hearing this news, like you said, you want to stay positive, but how did it, change your outlook moving forward?
Good. Just positive. Some past couple of weeks, sometimes you get into these.
Existential crises.
Yep, exactly. And then you're like, I think of the grandkids and cry and everything. And now, I just said grandkids and I didn't cry.
You didn't cry.
I didn't cry.
This is the first time in all 3 episodes where you didn't tear up. So.
I didn't. So that's how it's making me feel.
Well, I will say, looking at you today, and I've seen you a lot over the last couple of months, and since we started this podcast, like you look happy.
Yeah. Oh, I am. The only thing I wish is my voice would come back because I feel like this is not my voice.
It's not your. Oh, that's the first thing I notice every time I'm listening back and putting this into the uploader and stuff, and I'm like, that's the number one thing that's different. Your heart is there, the way you talk, like what you talk about, your passion, you really bring it for this hour-long episode. But yeah, just your voice is different.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is weird. Any adjustments after getting this encouraging update, or did they just continue on your way?
Yeah, just continue. Nothing really too major.
Okay, very cool. So when's your next one? 3 weeks?
3 weeks is our next one. Excuse me 1 second. I'm back.
And I also put in here, but we'll see. What does this mean for the part of like the lymph node cancer? So does that also mean that it's decreasing in your body?
To be honest with you, I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
We did actually see the doctor.
Got it.
We saw the APRN doctor.
Is that normal to see different ones at different treatments?
Yeah, I think we see the cancer doctor every 2 weeks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just for others not knowing how this process goes, I
Yeah.
think it's really interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you may not hear from the doctor every single treatment time.
Correct.
It might not be every week even.
Yeah, no, yeah. I once every 3 weeks.
So we're gonna stay positive here. So you told me that you wanted to share a special story and highlight something that's happened in the past week for you.
Oh yeah. Again, just positivity, feeling good. One of my buddies from the East Coast drove about 6 hours all the way over here on Saturday. He didn't have to do that. I mean, he could have just called me, but he drove all the way over here. Just a little background about his story. His name's Joel, and he was in a plane crash with his buddy. They were flying, I think it was like a Cessna plane, about 3,000 feet up in the air, and something happened, and they crashed into the woods. Wow. I mean, it was just sad. And when he was on the phone with his wife, he was actually hanging upside down in the harness of the straps, and good thing he was, because he would have bled out and died.
Holy cow.
Yeah, just crazy. I mean, his story is a true miracle. But it took them. They couldn't find him. They couldn't find him or anything. It was horrible. But then when he got to the hospital and stuff and started waking up and remembering things, he started hearing doctors saying, you better get your plans ready, and this and that. Even when he was having issue with his legs, they're like, hey, we're going to have to take your legs off. And he's like, heck no.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to walk again. And, when my daughter gets married, I'm going to walk her down the aisle. Yeah. This is not beating me. I'm going to beat this.
Yeah.
And he ended up did walking his daughter down the aisle. I mean, he has a lot of metal in his legs and
Sure.
everything else. But he drove all the way over here just to remind me to stay positive and just to, you know, remind yourself that you're going to beat this thing and that you're going to kick its ass and all those wonderful things. I thought it was just really cool that he did that.
I think it's really awesome. This is going to be the one that gets it. It is really hard to stay positive
No, it is.
going through all of this. And to hear someone who had it so rough and made it to the other side of that take the time out of his day in his life to come tell you that. It's like, I need someone to tell me that too.
Yeah.
Because I just want you to live forever. And I want you to stay positive, and I want you to fight the crap out of this. And, hearing his story does help. But some days it's really hard.
Yeah, and it is hard. And he physically,
Yeah.
what he's been through,
Yeah.
I can't even
I
imagine.
cannot imagine
Cannot imagine what he was going through, what he was going through with his family.
the things that go through your mind.
I mean, because he was, I mean, it was, when you fall 3,000 feet from the air,
That's crazy.
for both of them to survive, but happen to, land into the trees. But the plane, when you see the photos on the news,
Yeah.
planes are not like all over the place.
That's crazy.
And so, but just for him to, again, like I says, stay positive, just because he kept telling doctors, no, I'm going to beat this shit.
Yeah.
Nothing's taking me down.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same.
I love that you're doing that, and keep doing that. So let's move on. No, that was, obviously really meaningful, and definitely hit home for me with staying positive, because I have a tendency to dwell, but I also have a tendency to be really analytical and probably research the crap out of something, so much so to where I actually will like drive myself insane with every other outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the hardest part of this, is that no two liver cancer journeys are the same.
Totally, yeah. They're not
No.
even close.
There's like, and it's unfortunate to say, but some cancers do have like cookie cutter approaches,
They
right?
do, yeah.
They like, this is what happens, so you do this next, and you cut this part off, and then if you're 5 years, you go into remission. Like, everything that I read about liver cancer is a 180 from each other, and it can be a very similar story, but then there's this third outlier over here that doesn't make any sense, that
Yep.
that they had when they were a child, and now it's manifested when they're 65. Like, there's just so many different things, so it's so hard to find something that you can hold on to, like an anchor,
Yep.
as your research designated researcher.
Oh, yeah.
And designated conspiracy theory diver into, and designated, clinical trial researcher. Like, it is so hard to find the one that would be specifically fitting for you.
Oh, exactly. As a matter of fact, someone just contacted me and asked if someone could talk to me, because they've been going through this for a year now.
Wow.
And they were on chemo, because I guess where theirs was,
Yeah.
they could have chemo and stuff, and it's not working. And now
Right.
they just wanted to hear what I'm going through. So so I told them, give them my number. I'd
Yeah.
love to talk to them. The more we could talk
Yes.
and the more we can share,
Yeah.
let's do it. Because if we can help each other, we need to do that.
Well, there's so many different types. There's chemo, then there's Y90, then there's A and B, and it depends on, it's literally like whichever doctor you ask is the one that they're going to start with.
Yep.
And then there's surgery, and then there's transplant, and there's resection, and like everything has a different word. It gets really overwhelming and confusing. I can't imagine how overwhelming and confusing it is for you to be the one going through it.
Let's not, because I have you do all the research.
That's what I'm here for. So we had a bit of family time this weekend. We had family dinner with some of us, with me and Michael.
Oh, by the way, how was your day on Saturday with Mom?
Yeah, so I took my mom out with my sister-in-law to just hang out, relax, have girl time, and it was lovely. It is definitely hard for all of us. We all, try and... It's hard sometimes because we are all so focused on everything else, and not just cancer. Like, we're all moms.
Yep.
My sister-in-law has 2 kids. I have 2 kids. And Mom obviously has 4, maybe 5, with you.
And then she has me taking care of me. I mean,
taking care of you.
I'm not gonna lie, Mom does a lot for me.
A lot, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, a lot. So, and I mean, I needed her to have a break.
Yeah, and it's a really hard for, I think women especially to take breaks and to slow down without being told to. So I'm really
Mhm.
glad that you told her to
Yep.
because she definitely needed it.
Well, I
Felt it.
appreciate you taking her.
Yeah, it was a lovely day where we really just talked about us and, enjoyed relaxing and hanging out.
But you know what the funny thing was?
What?
She wouldn't leave me by myself. I had to have a
Oh,
babysitter.
she did. Oh my God, she was so worried. Of course you had to have a babysitter. How did your babysitting time go?
My ba- my babysitting time went pretty. Hold on. My babysitting time went well.
Who came
We,
and babysat you?
my son, and we went through old memorabilia baseball cards.
That's cool. How
Yeah.
many do you think you have?
I have too many.
And is that something that you like to collect?
I used to love collecting that when I was a kid. Oh my gosh. I mean, just collecting baseball cards was so much fun.
That is cool.
Yeah, yeah. It was funny. Quick little story. Don't mean to go side path. Me and my buddy Richie Benedictus. Back in the day, he used to be a Yankee fan,
Ooh.
and I was a Met fan. And I used to have some great Yankee cards. And again, Rich, I don't know if I'm remembering this story correctly.
Short-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss. But I had like Thurman Munson. I had all the good Yankees. And we swapped out all the Yankee cards for all the, he got the Yankees, I got the Mets. And I still have my Mets cards, but you know what his mom did?
What?
His mom, I believe, donated all of his cards to somebody, some kid.
Oh my gosh. Even I know those are like worth something.
Yeah, yeah. But Rich, if I have the story wrong, I do apologize.
It's okay. You have cancer.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. So, how does it feel, hanging out with family, being with us? Like, what are your thoughts these days?
I love it. I really do. I mean, when you guys were here on Sunday, I wanted to do stuff, but I couldn't because I was just so out of breath.
Yeah.
But I really just enjoyed sitting there watching the grandkids play, watching them run around, and just having a good time. It's joy, pure joy.
I think it means the most. And I know for me, it was a big deal that you were able to see Kelly after school this week.
Oh yeah, I
She
was.
was elated. That was
Yep,
awesome.
yep, that was good. If someone's kind of sick, like I don't know, she had a little something.
Yeah, a little cold
So
this week.
I don't want to. I'm trying not to take chances.
No.
But sometimes I do. I'll do stupid things and I'll go somewhere and like, why did I go here? Just going to see her at school and as soon as I run up, Papa,
Yeah.
and she just comes running and jumps in my arms. That's the best.
She's obsessed.
Yep,
She
the
loves
best.
you so much. So, we're gonna talk a little bit about some mail that you've gotten.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of mail.
A lot of mail.
A lot of mail. Oh my God, my students are the best. They're great, and I open all of them. I love reading them. I love seeing them. I wish I could, go there to the centers to hang out with them, but I can't. Not right now, anyway. And cards from the parents, everybody. It's just overwhelming, truly overwhelming.
That's awesome. Did any messages in particularly resonate with you or inspire you that you can remember right now?
I have one that they sent me a video.
Yeah.
And the person knows me pretty well, but they're kind of nonverbal,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just making noise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry, but
Okay.
it was really cool.
That
It was
is
really
awesome.
cool.
It's very sweet that they sent that. So
Yep.
if you're listening right now, thank you guys all so much for all the love and support that you've sent my dad.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to have a reflective moment because as we want our listeners to get to know you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could go back in time and just relive live one memory over again.
Right.
What would you do? Just one.
Just one. I would love to go back and be a little kid again and have no worries. And in Parkway Drive in Elmont, New York, with all the kids in the neighborhood, we played wiffle ball. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I'd love to go back and play some wiffle ball. Haven't played wiffle ball in years.
Okay, so for a millennial like me, what the heck is a wiffle ball?
Don't make me laugh. It's a plastic ball.
Okay.
However, the way the ball is, it has certain holes in it. It has there's holes around them,
Mm-hmm.
and the way you hold the wiffle ball and how you throw it. There's different ways you can throw it. So one, you can throw it straight and then the ball will sink. One, you can throw it and it'll like curve around. One way, then you can throw like a screwball and it'll curve around a different way. It just makes it harder to hit the ball,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it was fun.
That is fun to go back and have like, I remember being in middle school and high school and being like, I couldn't wait to grow up. And I'm so glad that I'm grown now. But my gosh, if I could have 5 like minutes of, no worries, no stress, just
Yeah, it's not going to happen again. You're done.
just play it.
You're out.
I'm out. Well, it is really nice to, be here in present moments with us together. Just want to take gratitude for that too.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So you had an idea this week too.
Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did, about some chairs.
So, unfortunately, I had to play the C word.
Yes.
And I had to play with my wife.
Yes.
I've always wanted a recliner.
Always.
Always.
You sat in mine.
I sat in yours. My wife has lovely taste, but recliners just don't go.
They don't. I mean, her vibe is stunning. I can't believe that
Yeah.
she would ever let that happen.
Yeah. So, and because I'm so uncomfortable all the time, we went to Home Goods, and I had energy that morning, and we found a recliner.
You did.
You're actually sitting in one.
We found 2 because you know what these guys, my mom did? She drove to go get the second one.
Yeah, she had to go all the way out to Tampa to go get another one.
Oh my gosh.
So, but I'm thinking, when you have cancer, stage 4, you're miserable.
No, yeah, you're miserable.
I mean, at least I think you are. From my perspective, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
From my perspective, stage 4 cancer, you're miserable.
Yeah.
You want to be comfortable.
Of course.
You want to be comfortable. So what I'd like to do is set up a nonprofit organization, which I'm currently talking to a lawyer about that can maybe help me do this, and do a thing for people with stage 4 cancer, because there's a lot of people out there that don't have recliners.
Right.
They just might have a couch or something, but recliners are, to me, it's working for me. And do chairs for cancer, like I don't know the wording of it yet or the name of it, but recliners for cancer, because I spend a lot of time in this thing throughout the day. I don't sleep at night. I can't with all the pain, like you all know by now. You guys gonna know a lot about me before this
really
is all
are.
done. But I'll just like take cat naps like for about 20 minutes in this chair, just here laying here, sitting here. So I'm definitely going to set up a nonprofit where we could hopefully give away people with stage 4 cancer chairs, recliners.
I think that is an awesome idea. I think that these recliners are cute. You would never know. You can look in our last podcast episode. It's actually on the cover. Like, it's a nice chair.
Oh, yeah, it is. And this is not like a big old name brand or anything.
Oh, this cost 1/8 of the cost of my husband's anniversary present of his recliner chair that he got. No, this feels amazing. And they deserve to have something that makes them feel comfortable, safe.
And especially if there's somebody out there that can't afford it.
Right.
That's especially what the people I want to help is, the ones that really can't afford it and, just need to be comfortable.
Yeah. And having this is a luxury.
And, and I have no problem at the end of, if I'm cancer free, giving these chairs on to somebody else.
I think that would be great. You should put your name on the bottom.
Yep. And you know what?
Yeah.
Everybody should do that.
I think these would be the first 2 chairs for cancer.
First 2 chairs for cancer. And then maybe underneath somehow we just put our names on there.
Yeah.
And then the next person that has...
like an iron-on tag.
Yep, that has stage 4 cancer, providing the chairs are in good shape, everything else. They put their name on it.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep paying it forward. But we're going to get many chairs.
Yeah, many chairs. Many, not just these 2.
Not just these 2.
But I think these 2 will be special. We'll have them for a long time.
Yes.
So we're going to switch over and talk about mentorship, hope, and self-care. So tell me a little bit about that.
Mentorship.
Yeah, let's start there.
What do you mean? Like who's my mentor?
Yeah.
So I have someone that's really taken me under their wing a long, long time ago in the business end of it. Is my buddy Michael Druckman. He's older than me.
Yeah.
So he's definitely older than me. But he took a chance on me back in the day. I was just what's the word that you'd be looking for? I was just a
young kid, or
Yeah, yeah.
a...
I was green. I don't know,
Oh, a
whatever.
green. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard.
whatever it
Yes.
is,
Yeah.
whatever in sales wise.
Yeah.
And I can't believe he hired me. I mean, it was just crazy. You can't believe he hired me. But he took me under his wing. He goes, you know what? I'm going to show you everything the right way. Over these years, we talk every month. It's he always following up with one another. But he showed me so much, taught me a lot, and he's been a great guy.
Good.
Yes.
And any like lessons that he has taught you, that you can apply to this? Is there a mentorship that you want to give to someone? I mean, you talked kind of
Oh
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
No, his motto was is don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up. And I know this isn't going to relate to cancer, but when in sales it was like don't give up, and then the elephant in the room was always the phone,
Yeah.
because who wants to pick up that heavy phone to go make sales calls?
Sure.
And he's like, you can do it. Stay positive. The next person you're going to call is going to be that big sale, and get it done.
Well, I think that's what you can kind of relate to going to treatment, right? You don't want to go.
No, no.
By you going, it's gonna, put you forward in the journey
Yes.
and get you better to getting better.
Yes.
What self-care practices have you found to be most beneficial? Anything that you've done for yourself lately?
Not really. The only thing I really
Should.
I should, but the only thing, nothing really self-care. Oh, had a pedicure.
You did.
Yes.
That's good.
Had energy, and mom took me to get a pedicure.
That's nice.
I just love them. Those are great guys out there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know you got the ugly feet. You know you got the ugly toes. Get it done. Get it done.
Honestly, truly, and it's also the massage is so
Oh
nice.
my
Just
gosh!
sitting there for
I
a few
pay extra for
minutes.
an extra $5 for the extra few minutes massage. It's
I
great.
would. It's so nice. Any advice that you have for others that are facing anything challenging at all? It doesn't have to be cancer related, but just think back on like how you felt this week. And obviously we've talked about push through, but like any advice that is really just, speaking on any advice that's really just coming to the forefront for you that you feel like you want to get out there?
You know, religion's a tough topic for a lot of people,
Of course.
and have faith.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't believe, some people believe, but I have a lot of faith, and it's really huge.
Yeah.
It's really huge.
So I obviously have been a big proponent of second opinions. Pretty much since the day you guys found out, I was like, please go call this hospital and spend the money, whatever it takes, get you somewhere. I heard you had a meeting with Moffitt.
You heard meeting with Moffat, but it actually didn't happen.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a Zoom call today, and
Yeah.
something got mixed up, and so it's scheduled for next Tuesday.
Those bitches.
Yeah, no, it wasn't nobody's really fault. I
Yeah.
mean, things happen, but we were really looking forward to it. But it's all good. We're gonna talk to their doctor next week. However, I had some amazing news.
Yes.
In your research, do you mind telling me what who have you heard is like one of the best cancer places?
Oh, yes. We were talking about MD Anderson for liver cancer.
Yeah, MD Anderson for liver cancer. And because they're at a network for us, we were concerned that we couldn't go there. But mom, mom,
Yeah,
like a
being the
pit
mom
bull
she is.
that she is, she called, and, come to find out, we got an appointment with them in April. When do I have an appointment? Yeah, April.
April 17th.
April 17th. And when they called us back, and they're like, no, you're approved. Your insurance is covering for it.
That's crazy.
I was like, wait, that's out of network.
Yeah.
And we're not paying for anything out of network.
Right.
We need to stay in network. However, the way they explained it, the lady on their end, was that the coverage we have
Yeah.
is like a local all these words, but it's the same thing in Houston, same wording, and it's considered in network.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, and this lady was adamant, because we were like, no, you got to really find out. And she was
Yeah.
like, nope, you are approved. So we're actually going to fly up there, and I think we're going to see, I don't know if it's a surgeon, and a doctor because they want us there for 3 days.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
That's awesome. I
Yep.
mean, that's a big step.
Oh, that's a big step, especially because they're really known with the liver cancer thing, with liver cancer. So we're really excited.
I mean, and you were, originally told absolutely no operation. So to see it could be on the table.
Well, I'm sure that it could be, but I mean, I think my mass is going to have to shrink.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely going to have to shrink. And the other thing with MD Anderson, which I found, pretty cool. Well, not I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but they review the cases. And
Yes.
my case is pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So I think that really helped me get, in with them to,
Yeah.
because they like to be on the cutting edge of medical technology.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I would say that your case is really intense, but if they can cure you, I mean, if they can do this, that looks great on them. That brings a lot more people to their hospital.
But I'm also not giving up on where I am right now
No, I mean, you're still going.
with the immunotherapy.
Yep.
Because by the time we get to them, we'll already have, I think, like 5 or 6 treatments in.
Yeah.
So we'll know by then if the tumor's shrinking or not.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And if any other medical professionals are listening and want to put in your bid for Steve's liver, I'm auctioning it off. No, I mean, you're auctioning off your ability to treat it.
Yeah, to treat it.
Not stealing. We're not black market organ fishing.
No.
But you can treat it, submit your bid, and we'll see if your hospital is a network only.
Yep.
So let's go down some get to know you questions, Steve.
Yep.
All right, so we're just going to do a little get to know you questions just to, like they said, they're going to know everything about you by the time we get to through season 1.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
My favorite basketball player, that's an easy one. That is Larry Bird.
Yeah? Is it because you look like him?
That's what everybody said when I was younger. I played like him, too. At least I think I did.
Yeah.
But that guy can trash talk. I mean, not many people realize you got to go. For those of you that are basketball fans, watch I forgot, is it 30 on 30 or whatever those shows are? And you got to hear him talking to these guys on the court saying, you two are not going to cover me, telling them, watch what I'm going to do to you this game. I'm going to drop 30 on you. And then he drops 30 on them. And it's just, and there was I remember there was one episode where they were talking and the two guys went up to him at half court and they were like, you can't go right, so we're just going to guard you, and you're not going to score. He played right-handed. He's a left-handed guy.
Oh, no way.
He played right-handed, and he dropped. Oh, it was amazing.
That's funny.
Lots of points.
You played basketball for a long time.
Yep.
I mean, competitively.
Yeah.
Yeah? How long did you play for?
Oh, I've been playing since I was a little kid.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep, since I was a little kid.
Who's the GOAT in basketball in your mind?
The GOAT, and there's really no questions. There's a big debate about it.
That's what I've heard.
But the GOAT is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
There is nobody like him when you watch him play. Now, you're talking, everyone thinks, some people think LeBron is.
Sure.
But, Michael Jordan changed the game for everybody. And, the way people train today are totally different than the way they trained years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I if I was to start a team, Michael Jordan would be my number 1 pick all day long.
Have you watched his recent movie?
Which one?
The one that came out, he was barely in it, but it was about him, Air.
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't watch that yet?
No, I didn't watch that yet.
Oh, you should. Okay, well then there's your homework while you're up in the middle of the night and you have nothing to do. You have to watch Air by next week because it was really good.
Oh, was it good?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, obviously every movie is controversial.
Yep.
And people like it, people hate it.
Yep.
People like Severance, people hate Severance.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, Severance. Well, you love Severance. I can't get through episode 2.
I don't understand. How are we related? How did I come from this? It is honestly one of my favorite shows. I immediately after watching it go listen to a podcast or read the Reddit thread. So it's fine. So do you believe in signs?
Give me an example.
Okay, so the
aliens underwater from last week?
No, not the aliens underwater. I think this is really interesting is that, okay, I love to read. I read lots of books.
Right.
I was looking for a random book on Book Talk, so I'm scrolling through, and I'm not gonna lie, I like to read romance novels. I
Right.
don't read a lot of like thrillers or really, novel stuff like my mom or, stuff that you used to read. Like, I
Right.
don't remember that one guy who wrote a lot of books.
Robert Parker.
Yes, I don't read that. I like a romance novel. And so I pick one, and the girl gives an overview of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, this sounds great, but like, no biggie. I download the book, and it's about an eldest daughter whose dad has stage 4 cancer.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
How did I get a romance novel that
Right.
wasn't in the recap of this TikTok? I'm there, like, we're not even anywhere into the book yet. And I'm like, how in the world did I get to this? Like, how did I get to this book? How did this book get to me? So that kind of sign. You
Oh,
believe in those?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I do believe in those. It's sorry, people. Yes, I do believe in those things. I think it's just crazy how they happen.
Yeah.
Yep, but I do believe in them.
Well, I'm not going to tell you guys all the name because I don't need you to know what kind of romance novels I'm reading. But if you're on Book Talk, you probably know. Who's your favorite child?
With my favorite child, let's see, how many
I
do
was
I
supposed
have?
to catch you off guard there really quickly, and you're just going to answer Katie.
No, I'm gonna say my favorite child is all of them.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yep.
Sorry, Michael, Matthew, and Andrew. All right. Well, guys, we have some fun, cool updates. If you have been checking out our socials, you'll notice that we have a website.
Yay!
www.justdiagnosepodcast.com, of which you can also send us questions, completely anonymous. So head on over to our websites. If you have a question for Steve, if you have a question for me, or just have a question about cancer in general, or if you want to know something, you can actually go to our website, Just Diagnose Podcast, and submit your questions. We'll always keep them anonymous. Also, we can't see who they come from.
Great. Yeah. Crazy enough, I've had a few people already contact me.
Yeah.
So through DMs and stuff that I don't even know.
Yeah. So we would love to hear from you. We will answer your questions live here on the podcast. So send them through, and we would love to chat with you. You can follow us on Instagram at Just Diagnosed Pod. You can follow us on TikTok, Just Diagnosed. And you can listen to us anywhere you get your podcast. And please rate us 5 stars. I'm Katie McCabe.
I'm Stephen McCabe.
And you've been listening to Just Diagnosed. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.